Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, that's right guys, we have Darkstalkers Deluxe in the building, fully modded and ready to go. And man, oh man, this was a definitely exciting project to take on and to work with Joe Szabos on, kind of designing the art with in collaboration with Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. I mean, this is literally his, render and design coming true and through to life and standing right in front of me in the corner. Okay, guys, I got to put this thing together with help from Mrs. CornerCade as always. And we're going to take you on that journey from start to finish to show you guys that if you order Joe Szabos kit to do this, you could literally do it yourself. And this is like an instructional video on how to get there, guys. Anywhere from installing the marquee to the control panel art to the bezel, you name it. Side art, we got you covered, guys. Even putting in buttons, encoder boards, and PCBs in this from the Arcade1up big blue cabinet. So that's how we got this game on here. We have Darkstalkers 1, 2, and 3. Let's go, guys. This is very exciting. It gives us a new and improved arcade cabinet to add to our corner cade. Gives us about 6 to 8 more. I think it's 6 more games that they're gonna add to the arcade. So it's cool either way. It's fun to do in this lull that we have of kind of nothing going on, right? Well, we're modding, we're bringing the old and bringing it back into the new, guys. And in this video, we're going to show you how to do it. So enough talk from me. Let's head over to the lab. Let's get this started. Let's have some fun modding. I'm going to walk you through it, A to B to C to D, all the way through to the end. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to close it out. So let's go. So what better form factor to start out with than obviously the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe, the Dynamo Edition, right? I mean, this thing is just a modder's dream. We've modded this before, and we're going to mod it again. This is an awesome cab to kind of start as a base shell to really propel any cab going forward. And the great thing is that Darkstalkers uses this exact same control panel, so we will be good to go. So what is the first steps, guys? What are we doing? Well, we're going to take the control panel off. We're going to power down the machine. We got to get this control panel out of here because we're going to be taking off one of the sides. Go ahead and lay down the cabinet. We're going to go ahead and take those screw cap covers off. Voila, there you go. You're going to unscrew all of the screws on the side here, and we're going to go ahead and take those panels off. Just be careful with it because, obviously things are rolling around. Go ahead and take the top and the bottom off there, and then we're going to be good to go to start transferring some of this stuff out with. So what do we start? We're going to start with the marquee, guys. So let's get that Street Fighter marquee out of there, and let's get the Darkstalkers one in, and man, that looks phenomenal. Next, we're going to start out with the monitor. Take that out of the housing there. You're going to put it face down because we're going to swap in the brand new PCB that we're going to use, the big blue PCB. So we're going to go ahead and take those screws off. You're just going to do a simple PCB swap, as Mrs. CornerCade is going to show you here. There's 3 or 4 wires that you're going to take off of that PCB. The grounding wire is going to be there. It's super easy, guys. Just take pictures if you need to. Follow it step by step. It can only go one way, and the plugs only go one way. So you're going to go ahead and slap that new big blue PCB in. And we're just going to connect everything, and we're going to snap it back in. All the screws line up too. It's the same housing, so it'll be really, really easy to just go ahead and screw that and put it all back together. And once that's in, guys, you can go ahead and flip the monitor on the backside, because now we're going to take off this Street Fighter bezel and we're going to put a new bezel on. So go ahead and remove all the screws to that. Now, I take advantage of this point to kind of give this a wipe down because there's always some particle board flakes or whatever in there. So go ahead, I recommend doing so. Just wipe that down, wipe the screen down, all that jazz. And they're going to wipe the bezel down as well. I want to make sure this is clean and crisp and ready to roll. We're going to go ahead and slap that Darkstalkers Capcom bezel on there. This thing looks amazing. Awesome job by Joe Szabos there. Go ahead and put the monitor back into the cabinet. Just screw it down, and you'll be ready to go. Connect everything. That's kind of what I did. We connected everything at this point. You're going to have an extra wire there. That's our light up coin doors that go in the USB slot, so don't be alarmed by that. Now you're going to go ahead and put the side panels back on, screw everything together, and we're going to go ahead and put those screw cap covers back into place. Because we're going to go ahead and put the side art on. This is the Darkstalker side art. It's very simple, very easy. You just go ahead and line up the pre-existing logo. I pretty much just put it in the center there, tape it down with some blue tape, and I kind of just found where the logo is and slid it on just like so. taped it down with some painter's tape, and then we're going to go ahead and just peel off one side of the art. Very easy. This vinyl is top notch. Joe Szabos uses the very best vinyls that you can possibly get. We're gonna go ahead and cut off the backside to that, guys, just like so, and then we're gonna go ahead and just simply lay down the vinyl with our G.I. Joe squeegee, and it's a super simple process, guys. So, you know, if you're your first time doing this, just take your time. Don't be alarmed. I mean, look at how easy we make this look. It's just boom, there it is, done. So now just take your time, go over it a couple times, make sure there's no air bubbles in there, and then we're going to go ahead and take the painter's tape off to do the back side of that. So you're going to have to flip this over, and then we're just going to go ahead and peel that paper off, and you're going to do the exact same thing, just covering that Street Fighter logo. Now, Joe Szabos makes this in a black box format, so we're going to cut a little bit off, so make sure it covers that whole Street Fighter logo. So we're going to do a little X-Acto knife work, not a lot, but just a little bit, as Mrs. CornerCade is going to display here. Just a little cut there, and a little cut on the backside, and you are done. It'll fit the cab perfectly. So once that's done, she's just going to go ahead and re-put any other screw cap covers that we had missing there and just finish off the side art. Looks phenomenal. Now we're going to go ahead and flip the cab over to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side now. And the cool part of this, guys, is this isn't like a full art. This is a very easy thing. It's just that little sticker. That's it. And you just literally find the center and just slide it forward. That's kind of what I did, and it turned out great. It lined up perfectly. It wasn't off at all. We're going to go ahead and just apply the same technique that we did on the other side to this side now, and it's super simple to put on, guys. Again, if you need any help, just take your time. You don't need to add any water to this. This is just a dry apply vinyl, and you are all set to go. Again, making those same little cuts that we did on the other side of the cabinet, and you'll be ready to go. It's a nice little cut on the back side. You're just gonna have a little bit extra, and Joe does that on purpose, just so you have a little give and a little play to what, you know, you're trying to line up the logo. You don't want that Street Fighter logo popping off at you. Beautiful. It's already looking better already. This is insane. I absolutely love it. I mean, look at this thing. It is really coming together. I love these Dynamo cabs. Just like in the real arcades, they're real nice conversion kit cabinets. And the bezels on there, the side arts on there, and the marquees there. It's really starting to come together. We need more Capcom logos. We got to adjust this Capcom logo. Joe Szabos threw this in, and it kind of matches all the other Capcom logos on this cab. So we got that slapped in, ready to go. Now it's time, guys, for the control panel overlay. So this is kind of like a big step here. There's gonna be a lot of transferring, a lot of hooking up, a lot of vinyl, but it's okay. We got this, guys. This is super easy. This is the vinyl that we're gonna go match onto that slate kind of blue graphite gray that we're using to match the bezel. And you're just gonna go ahead and get this taped down. I would do maybe like 2 millimeters above the actual control panel, because we're going to save some for the other part of this control deck. So, you know, line it up at that point. You're going to go ahead and cut this piece off, because this piece is going to be used for that Dynamo front curve. And we'll go ahead and show you that a little bit later in the video. But once you got it, you know, relatively on there, you're going to go ahead and just start vinyling it. You know, use that G.I. Joe squeegee, get that vinyl pressed down. And you're going to do the same technique that we just showed you on the side art. So it's easy stuff. Take that blue painter's tape off and do the same thing here. I did clean this. I wiped it down. You know, you always want to wipe down your surface before you go ahead and put the vinyl on, just, you know, just in case that there's no dust or debris or anything on there. And then again, this lays super flat, super easy too. It's that play guard surface vinyl, so you don't need a deck protector or anything like that. This is some high quality stuff that goes on real arcades. Now, Mrs. CornerCade here is going to show off her X-Acto knife skills. You're going to cut up just above that little groove there that fits into the front of the Dynamo cabinet to really lock it in place. That's going to be your cutoff points. And you're going to go ahead and do the same all around the sides and just trim it up nice and get that really locked in, looking good. And then we're going to go ahead, guys, and cut out all the buttons here. This is super simple. You stab the middle of the button. You kind of just cut in a groove. And then you can always go back and trim it. That's what we did to kind of make it perfecto. You don't have to do this because the buttons will cover this part up. But we're perfectionists at the end of the day. So you want to go ahead and just make sure you kind of do it right. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said, but it just has to be good enough that, you know, the button fits in there nice and neat, and you get everything cut out just like so. And yes, this is sped up. Mrs. CornerCade is not that fast, but you kind of get the point here, guys. And once it's all done, it's looking like this. Phenomenal. It's so cool. And now we can go to our next step, guys. And the next step here is I went ahead and threw in just like those bezel rings and the on-off switch. Just real quick, just to get that out of the way, okay? Now, this next step, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply. So cool. Joe Sabos gave us these decals that are going to kind of mark the buttons and mark the joysticks as well. And these are also that PlayGuard deck surface. So if you order this through Joe, he's going to include these. It's awesome. It really finishes off what this deck could be and is. And the Capcom logo there is going to go on that front dynamo piece as well. So once you get these guys laid on, again, I just went about halfway through the buttons. You can do this how you want. I didn't want to block off any of the words there, but once you get a button in, it's going to look like that. It looks great. So it's all set and ready to go. Now, these little circle pieces, I found it best that you kind of shine a flashlight through that hole and apply the sticker. Otherwise, on the right-hand side, you're going to be a little bit off like I was. But fear not if you are a little bit off, guys. It's okay because those black dust ring protector covers are going to cover that. Now, we got to get our buttons in, guys. Our red, green, and blue buttons that came with this kit originally in the arcade. That was the color scheme. So you're going to go ahead and add those in. They're also going to get cherry switches and these zero delay encoder wires. Now, these are really easy to put on the switch, guys. Doesn't matter what color. There's a blue wire and there's a white wire, right? As long as you get the top of the switch plugged in and then the middle one. Don't plug the bottom one in. Don't do that. We've done that before. It'll mess up your whole board. So you get that first one plugged in. They just literally slide in and click in, slide in, click in, and you are good to go. That wire is done. That is how you're going to do all of your wires. So it's super easy. And I have different lengths. That's a shorter length. We also have longer lengths that I'll use on the bottom wires. You'll see that in the video. To go ahead and snap that in, it's 2 holes. Bing, bang, boom. It's snapped in, ready to roll. Now, to get the buttons in, guys, these are your buttons. These are your industrial Lorenzo buttons. You can use Suzo Hap. You can use whatever you want at the end of the day. That short side is where the plugs are going to point. So you're going to want that point that towards the encoder board and kind of away from the other buttons so they don't hit each other. You slide the button in, guys, and you thread it on the back side. That's it. I wouldn't go ahead and tighten them down until the cherry switches and wires are in and you have them all placed where you want. Then you can just kind of screw it really tight and tighten it in, and it'll never budge and never move going forward. But look at that. Look at those colors. They're starting to pop. This is a really cool control panel. I'm actually excited. It looks great at the end of the day. It looks authentic, and I absolutely love it. So now once you got that done, guys, we're going to go ahead and lay that down, and we're going to get all of the wires in. Now, it's going to look a little bit like spaghetti here, but that's okay. We're going to get this all tidied up when it's done. You click everything in. It's super simple, guys. And again, I use the long wires to reach the encoder board so you can wrap it around and reach all the way. And we're going to zip tie those so they're nice and clean cut. You don't have to do that. You can let them dangle in the arcade if you want. But again, we're just taking it to the extra mile there. And I'm liking how so far this is turning out. You're going to go ahead and after this step, guys, you're going to put in your joysticks. So the stock joysticks is what we're going to be using for this. There's a little arrow that points up on the joystick. You're going to want to face that to the encoder board. So make sure that's facing the encoder board. We're just going to unscrew them and screw them down. And then we're going to start going ahead to transfer the encoder board over to the wires, guys. So once that's all done, I mean, you're literally going G1 start to G1 start. You just have to take your time. Everything is labeled. I did it one wire at a time, and you will be just fine. I promise you. Everything is labeled. It's 1 for 1. It's very easy. Something will be labeled like G1Y. You put it in the G1Y plug that you pulled it from. So it's super simple. Just take your time and don't stress out about it. Now, once that's done, guys, we are rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and slap those dust protectors on. And I told you, so you couldn't even see the mistake that we made. Now we're going to go ahead and slide the joysticks on. And guys, we are ready to go. We got the bat tops on. We're ready to rock and ready to roll. Now remember that front piece I was telling you about? Yeah, we're going to use that for this guy right here. So you want to go ahead and lay it down. Joe gives you like a little bit of playroom, but not much. And I always start from the bottom or the top and roll down to the bottom, because if you're short, then you won't be able to see it from the bottom, obviously. So go ahead and peel some of that back, and we're just going to go ahead and lay it down. I go maybe 2 millimeters over the said target. You can then roll that down so it gives you a nice clean finish, or cut the remaining off if you'd like. Now you just kind of squeegee this on. You go top to bottom. You may or may not get some air bubbles. It's going to happen with this 3-dimensional type piece, but I think we do a pretty good job putting this on for you. We'll go ahead and pull that backside off all the way, and we're just going to play with it, work it down, and take your time. You'll be okay. You just work it just nice and easy, and then you're going to go ahead and just use that scraping tool that's just to go all the way down and to get it really to that fine point, and you'll be good to go. And then we're also going to obviously go in here and just clean all this up with the X-Acto knife. And again, if there's some air bubbles, you can always use a hair dryer, or you can kind of work it out, or you can poke it with the X-Acto knife and just kind of work it out as well. So now Miss CornerCade is going to come in here with the X-Acto knife, guys, and it's just a nice, easy cut. You're going to follow the edge right along to expose that black piece of the control deck here. And again, with this one, take your time. With this one as well, you can also just cut the bottom like we're doing, or you can kind of wrap it inward past that little flex black piece at the bottom there, and it'll go right through for a nice easy finish. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the left side of the cabinet the same way. Again, just take your time, because you really got only like one shot to get this right, unfortunately. Joe doesn't give you extra vinyl, but once it's all done, guys, holy cow, this looks amazing. We got the Capcom logo that we showed you again, and all this is PlayGuard deck approved. This isn't like a sticker. This has got that same material as the actual CPO overlay, and it looks absolutely phenomenal, guys. Darkstalkers is complete. I mean, look at this thing. That was the finishing touch, guys. This is a super quick and easy mod. I'm telling you, you guys can do this at home just as any game that you want to, and just everything turned out phenomenal. I'm so happy that Darkstalkers is here. The control panel looks phenomenal. The bezel looks great. The marquee pops. It's just everything just looks super cool, and I'm so grateful that we got modders in the community like Joe Sabos that are able to help us out with these said projects. It puts a smile on my face every time, and it brings new games to the CornerCade and your home arcade as well. I mean, look at that marquee. Look at those purples popping. Looks phenomenal. The Capcom stickers there. And guys, here's one last shot of it. And let's take it over back to the desk. Let's get out of here and let's wrap this mod project up. So there you have it, guys. The fully modded Darkstalkers Deluxe that we have at the CornerCade now. This thing's unbelievable. Joe Sabos did awesome job on this. I mean, the attention to detail, the marquee is just phenomenal. Like the purple pops, it's an incredible looking marquee. Not to mention the side art bezel, so cool, so basic, so authentic, true and through to what the cabinets were. They were conversion kits at the end of the day, guys. And the sticker overlay on there, it's got that PlayGuard surface even on the Capcom logo. Unreal. This is just the whole project blew me away, guys. And we've done other mod projects. Most of all of our cabinets are mod. We did the Golden Axe Deluxe that you see behind me, guys. That thing was absolutely phenomenal. This is right there as a 1A 1B kind of project. It's just so cool to see these things when they're finally put together. Huge shout outs again to Joe Sabos. That art package is going to run you about $225. He should have that on his website. I will link his website in this video's description so you can pop on over there at least contact him, shoot him emails, tell him Danny sent you. You're looking for the Darkstalkers Deluxe package, and he should get that on his website ready to go, just like he did for the Golden Axe mod project, guys. But tell me, what do you think? Leave your thoughts, feedbacks, and reactions down below. I want to know what you guys thought of this entire project, and do you plan on doing this to yours? You could do this for a Big Blue, you could do this for a Dynamo. Hell, you could do this for anything that you want to, because this is your arcade, guys. Give this video a like on your way out, and as always, this is Danny from the CornerCade, and we will see you in the next one.